Hi everybody, Ellen here. I got all tired from that thumbnail. Today I'm here to give you guys my wrap up for the month of June. And as you may have seen on my thumbnail, it went pretty darn good. I actually beat my personal record of amount of books read in 1 month. My last record I actually made in December, and then I read 18 books. But in June I actually beat that. And unfortunately I was working in like the last week of June, so I didn't beat it with that much. But I did read 19 books, and I don't know if I'm ever going to beat that. But at least I did beat it. So yeah, 19 books is my new record, and I do have a shitload of books to talk about with you guys. So I just think we should get right on to it. And I did read White Sand by Brandon Sanderson. This is actually a graphic novel. And yeah, like I said, I won't talk a lot of every single book because I will be here for hours. But like I said, this is a graphic novel, and you follow this character that I don't remember the name of, and his entire people are like destroyed, and he has to find a way to survive pretty much. And they have like these powers to control sand and everything. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars, I think. And then we actually have 2 books by the amazing Camille Rose Garcia, and I love her illustrations, so of course I had to read these 2 right away. And as you might see, they're pretty short, so we're definitely quick reads. And this is Snow White, written by the Brothers Grimm. And this is Cinderella or the Little Glass Slipper, written by Charles Perrault, but like I said, illustrated by Camille Rose Garcia. And these are so beautiful, and they were so quick reads, and I don't think I need to tell you guys what they were about, because everybody knows these stories. But yeah, really freaking gorgeous pictures, and I just flew through them. And I gave Snow White 5 out of 5 stars and Cinderella 4 out of 5 stars. The Hogwarts Library books, and we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Tales of Beedle the Bard, and Quidditch Through the Ages, all written by J.K. Rowling, some other under synonyms. And yeah, I had actually never read Tales of Beedle the Bard before, so I'm really happy I did read that. But the other 2 I had read before, but it was a couple of years ago. So yeah, it was nice to read them again. And like you can tell, these were pretty fast reads as well. And the Tales of Beedle the Bard, I gave 4.5 stars. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I gave 5 stars. And Quidditch Through the Ages, I gave 5 stars. And then we actually have a classic that I've been wanting to read for so long. And it's The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. And it's in this beautiful Barnes & Noble edition with gold edges. And it's so pretty. And in this one you meet this girl named Mary, and she's an orphan, and she goes away to the UK to live with her uncle, and she actually comes from India. And it's very different in the UK, because in India everybody died from like lupus or something like that, I think it was. Some really horrible disease, and her parents died and everything. So yeah, she goes to live with her uncle, and then she meets this boy who's sort of sick. Yeah, they become friends, and she also meets this other guy who pretty much talks to animals, and it's so turtle adorable. And it was a really quick read, even though it's not really thin. And yeah, it was really cozy, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. And then, surprise surprise, I read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which is an edition I just hauled. I think it was my June haul actually. So yeah, and this is obviously written by Lewis Carroll, and this is illustrated by Anna Bond. And this is such a quick read, although it maybe does not look like it. And yeah, I needed to read it. This was the 4th time I read it, and it was still so freaking good because I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, of course. And it was just so fun to see how Anna Bond like captivated the story and everything, and it's so beautiful. Let's see if I can find. Here is the tea party that everybody knows about, and her pictures are like really simple but so gorgeous at the same time, and I loved it. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. And then I also read Flame in the Mist by Renee Ahdieh, and in this book you meet Marco, and she is supposed to marry this prince. She is sent off to the capital to do this, but before she gets there, she and her convoy is attacked by the Black Clan, and everybody is killed except Marco, because she manages to escape, and she chooses to infiltrate the Black Clan and figure out why they want her dead. And to do this, she dresses up as a peasant boy, and yeah, it was really good, and I love the way that Renee Ahdieh writes. And yeah, I think it was just really beautiful written, and of course I love the cover, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. And then I also read Ödets timma, or the Darkest Hour as it's called in English, written by Aaron Hunter. And as you may know by now, I really love this series. It's a Magical Grey series, and this is the last one in the Warriors series. And yeah, you get to follow this cat as a house cat, and he joins one of the clans in the woods, because there's like 4 different ones, and he has to survive with his clan, and there's like cat fights all the time, and like Mother Nature is against them at some points, and it's just so freaking good. And yeah, I give this one a 5 out of 5 stars, like almost all of the other books in the series. So yeah, really good. And then I also read one of my most anticipated releases for this year, and that was The Takedown by Corey Wang. And in this one you meet Kyla, and she's on her way to become a valedictorian, and there's only like a week left until her college applications are supposed to be turned in, and everything is going according to plan, because she's really good grades and everything. But then one day there's a video up on the internet that shows Kyla and her teacher doing it, and it's not actually Kyla in this movie, so someone pretty much photoshopped her face into the movie. And yeah, she has to figure out who it is before it's too late and the colleges find out. And yeah, I thought it was really nice, because it's sort of the way more advanced in the way of technology in this book. So it's really cool to find out what kind of technology they have and everything. And yeah, I really liked it, but there were some slowy parts, and tried to figure out who did this to her. It was moving very much back and forward here all the time. So yeah, I give it 3.5 stars out of 5. And then we have The Unbecoming of Mary Dyer, written by Michelle Hodkin. And yes, I finally read it. I mean, kudos to me. It was pretty much just because I read this with Camilla. But we did read it, and we did enjoy it as well. And this is about Mara Dyer, of course, and she and her friends are in this accident, and all of her friends dies, but Mara obviously survives, and she starts to like hallucinate, and after a while she doesn't even know what's real and what's not, and she's trying to figure it out. And yeah, I've never read anything like this before, really, and I think it was a really quick read, and it was enjoyable and everything, and I give this 3.5 out of 5 stars. And then we have Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and this is pretty much a retelling of Cinderella, obviously, which you can pretty much figure out the name here. And we have Elle, and she's this really huge nerd for a TV show called Starfield, and this TV show is supposed to be rebooted with new actors and everything. Then this guy named Dorian gets the lead role of Federation Prince Carminder, and Elle and the other nerds in this community are so not happy with that. And Elle starts actually texting with this guy, and it turns out to be Dorian, but they don't know each other, that's the other person. And yeah, they really get along, and then shit goes down. And this was so cute and fluffy and such a quick read, and I really liked it. And it's like a princess story wrapped up with a whole bunch of nerdiness, and it was awesome. And I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. And then I also read The Darkest Months by Alexander Bracken together with Jamie, and I will leave Camilla and Jamie's information down below. And yeah, we really liked this one actually, and we flew through it like really quickly. We just read it in like a few days. I think it was like 3-4 days or something like that. And yeah, we meet Ruby, and she's sort of in this rehabilitation camp, because she and a bunch of other kids gotten these powers, and the kids that didn't end up with these powers, they actually died from this disease. And Ruby tries to escape with the help of some other people, and it's sort of this dystopian world and everything just going down the craps. And yeah, it was really, really good, and we meet some really funny and sarcastic and just so freaking good characters, and I just love the world and everything. And even though it's almost 500 pages, it was so fast and so freaking good, and I can't wait to read the next book. And I give this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. And then we have Alice i Sambelandet, or Alice in Sambeland as it's called in English, by Gina Showalter, and this one I both read together with Camilla as well. And this is about a girl named Alice who starts to kill zombies, and I hated this book. I gave this book 1.5 out of 5 stars, and the only reason I gave it 1.5 is because it was, well, it was pretty quick, even though it's quite big. And yeah, I mean, it was too much. I usually really love reading about books that takes place in like high school and, you know, high school settings really, but this one was, I mean, every single person was described as pretty much perfect. Everybody was so beautiful and like could be in a beauty pageant pretty much. And this Alice have like these visions together with this guy, and it's so lame. And then it takes forever for the zombies to come, and then it takes even longer before there's actually like some zombie action. And I mean, the zombies, it was so weird how you were supposed to kill them, and how you were supposed to protect yourself, and how you became a zombie, and it was just... I'm not very well versed in the world of zombies, but I just thought that this version of it all was not really interesting, not really good. It was pretty weird, and I didn't like it. And if I could give it less, like, in less stars, but I mean, Goodreads, you can give the lowest is 1, so yeah, 1.5, and then I'm being nice. And then I also read The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan, and I actually love this book. I mean, it's Rick Riordan, so I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, really? I mean, why wouldn't I? But this one, yes, as the other books in this series, there's a lot of Greek and Roman mythology, and you get to follow Percy Jackson and all of his friends. And yeah, I don't want to spoil you if you haven't read the other books in this series, or like the Percy Jackson series, because this is like the second series you want to read or whatever, and it's the Heroes of Olympus. And this book was so good. I mean, there were things happening all the time, and the characters are so sarcastic, and I just love characters that way, and there's some really kick-ass characters in here. And yeah, I give this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. I now have 3 ebooks that I read, and the pretty much last one technically, but whatever, I read was Röta by Siri Pettersen, and I started reading this like a year ago, but then I just put it down for some reason, and now I picked it back up, and I don't want to spoil anything. I said that about every single book, but I mean, you follow this girl Hirka, and yeah, but you can't really say a lot of this book because then you like spoil it right away, it feels like. But yeah, this girl is trying to make it in the real world, and in her world everybody has a tail, she does not. And she finds out that the reality she thought she was living in isn't really the way it actually was, because everybody's been lying to her the entire time, pretty much. And yeah, this was book 2 in that series, Korpringen, I think it's called, and it was really good, and I don't really know why I put it down, but yeah, I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Then I also read Animal Farm by George Orwell, and this is a classic I've been wanting to read for so long, and I finally did it. And you're at this like farm with a lot of different animals, and this dude named Jones who's not really kind to the animals, he's pushing them really hard, and then the animals just feel like they take all of the food that they've actually worked together and takes them for himself. And it's a sort of a rebellion from the animals' point of view, and it was really fun to read, and sometimes really horrible. And I just like the fact that it's sort of, I mean, the animals represent sort of the human world in this case, and how like the politics works and everything. And it was definitely an eye-opener because it was so totally true, and yeah, it was just really good and quick read, and I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. Then the last book I read, not technically the last, but the last book I will talk about, is A Darker Shade of Magic by I can't say V.E. Schwab. And like everybody else, I really love this story, and it's so hard to tell what it's about. But there's this guy named Cal, and he can like travels through these different versions of London. There's red London, white London, black London, and grey London. And one of these places, the black London, the magic like disappeared and everything went to hell. The white one, the magic is on the way of, they don't have a lot of it. And then we have the red one, and I think it was the one that had a shitload of magic. Yeah, I mixed all of them together, but anyways, it's something like that. And yeah, it was really good, and I really liked the character Kel. I thought it felt very like human and realistic and everything. And then we also have Lila Budd, and she was just fantastic. We all need this kick-ass girl character in every single book, if you ask me, and pretty much the majority of the world, I hope at least. And yeah, I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. And that was all the books I read in June, 19 in total, and I'm so totally proud of that. I don't think I'll ever be able to beat it, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to try, because yeah, I have an addiction. Anyways, I do hope you liked this video, and if you did, I hope you want to give me a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I do update 3 times a week, and you do not want to miss out on that, now do you? Anyways, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope we see each other next time. Bye!